top 10 teams lost last week, and another top 10 team got a big scare. But first, LSU, the defending national champions. I made a big story about it last week. How they won the championship, how Joe Burrow won the Heisman, how he was drafted #1, how they're supposed to come into this first game and win. I picked them to win, and they lost. I mean, come on, guys. You're supposed to win. The last time the defending national champions lost their first game of the season was in 1998 when Michigan lost. LSU is now the new team. 2020 lost their first game of the season. It is crazy. When I saw they gave over 600 yards passing, yeah, you're going to lose. It's plain and simple. Over 600 yards passing, you're going to lose. LSU was not ready for this game. And it was a disappointing loss. It was a shocker. I mean, mind blown. This game, nobody expected. Now this week they play Vanderbilt. Can they jump back and get a win in the win column? Or do they go 0-2? I hope not, because I'm picking LSU to win this week. And I think they should be able to jump back and beat Vanderbilt. Hopefully they do. Another top 10 team, Oklahoma. For the second straight year, Kansas State beat Oklahoma. I think Kansas State might be Oklahoma's kryptonite. Rattler was not ready for the pressure. I was watching the game. It came down the end, and he threw an interception. The pressure was too much for him. He needs to be ready for that if he's going to play in the Big 12. The pressure is going to be there. Oklahoma lost. Now they play Iowa State this week. If they would not have lost last week, I might have picked Iowa State to upset Oklahoma. But they lost. I think they'll bounce back. Oklahoma as well gets a win over Iowa State. It's going to be a close one. It's a primetime game. It's going to come down the end. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I'm saying it's going to be close. Come down the end. But Oklahoma gets the win. The close game. Texas. The Longhorns. Now, you probably can tell I'm a Longhorn fan. I almost had a heart attack last week. Down 15 with 3.5 minutes to go. We score a touchdown. Then we have to get an onside kick. We get the onside kick. We score another touchdown. We go for 2. We get the 2. We go to overtime. We win in overtime. It was too much for me. I was shaking. I was just not ready for all of that to happen. It wasn't supposed to be that close. Yes, I get it's a rivalry, but Texas, and it's not just me saying this, okay, people? Texas is the better team. They should have beat Texas Tech pretty good. Not a blowout, but they should have won this game, and it shouldn't have been close, but it was because Texas's defense stinks. But there really isn't a defense in the Big 12 that can play defense. I mean, recruits out in the whole world, please come to the Big 12. We need defense in the Big 12. It's like nobody wants to come and play for the Big 12 and play defense. So, we're going to see some high-scoring games in the Big 12. Texas against TCU, expected to be another high-scoring game. Hopefully not as close, because I don't know if I can take it. I'm going to get Texas to win. They're at home, so that's an advantage. Texas gets the win over TCU, but it's going to be another probably high-scoring game. Last week in my predictions, I went 9-3. A lot of those upsets ruined my predictions. Now I am 22 games right and 5 games wrong. Hopefully this week there aren't some big upsets that I don't pick to ruin my predictions again this week. Let's get it started with picking some games.
First up, we have Pretty Boy Lawrence, Clemson, versus Virginia.
The Clemson Tigers. I believe this is the team to beat. I mean, look at the dynamic duo here. Dabo Swinney, Trevor Lawrence, they work good together. This team is going to win a lot of games, but it might be actually challenging to them this year. This week they play Virginia. Virginia is 1-0. Can they keep their undefeated season going? No. Clemson gets the win over Virginia. Sorry for ending your 1-0 record, Virginia, but Clemson is on top and they will win this game. But there's 3 teams I believe could give a challenge to Clemson this season. Miami, North Carolina, and Notre Dame. All 3 of these teams could give Clemson a real challenge of being the ACC champions and winning it for the 6th straight year. Clemson, you better watch out.
Second, we have Memphis versus SMU.
We got 2 exciting matchups this week. First, we got Memphis versus SMU. Both of them were undefeated when they played last year. Memphis got the win over SMU, but Memphis was at home. Now this year, they're both undefeated again, playing a little earlier in the season. But SMU is at home. The Mustangs, they want revenge. They had an exciting season go last year. They won a lot of games, were undefeated. Then Memphis beat them, and they lost another couple of games. SMU gets the win over Memphis and wrecks Memphis' undefeated season and gets the upset. Do I hear an upset alert? Now our second game, Texas A&M versus Alabama, a top 10 matchup. But Alabama, what a week they had last week. Matt Jones stepped into the quarterback position and had a great week. They beat Missouri. Texas A&M also won. Both of them are 1-0. This is going to be fun for a while, but I think at the end, Alabama pulls ahead, gets the win. It's going to be close, but Alabama gets the win over Texas A&M, and they go 2-0, and Texas A&M goes 1-1. Now for a new segment in my show, the quick picks of the week. I got 3 quick picks I'm going to pick real fast. I got North Carolina beating Boston College. Mack Brown is still coaching, and he's still doing a great job. Then I got Florida beating South Carolina. Florida had a great week against Ole Miss. They look good. They might be a team to beat in the SEC. And then I got Kentucky beating Ole Miss. Both teams played good teams. They lost. They got 0-1 records. Kentucky gets the win over Ole Miss this week. That's my quick picks of the week.
Hick the Stick's game of the week is Auburn versus Georgia.
We got Auburn. We got Georgia. Georgia's got the home field advantage, but Auburn's got the defense. And I really believe in this game, the defense that plays the best is going to win. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to the end. Who gets the win? Auburn gets the win. I believe they win this game by 10 points or more. Auburn gets the win over Georgia in our game of the week. Yes, it's time for our Would You Rather football edition. So, get ready to put your votes in for this week's. But first, let's look at the results from last week's Would You Rather. Would you rather win the NFL MVP trophy or the Heisman Trophy? NFL MVP got 0% and the Heisman Trophy got 100%. That's a blowout. Yes, 100% said Heisman. And let me tell you why a lot of them picked Heisman. Because the NFL, if you win the MVP, there's not a house for that. But there's a Heisman house, and it looks like a lot of fun. And I would like to be a part of that Heisman house. Hint, hint, Heisman house. I'm here. If you want me, just give me a call. But the Heisman house won it. The Heisman gets our Would You Rather from last week. Now let's look at our Would You Rather for this week. Would you rather watch a defensive game or a offensive game? Vote now. Well, that's all I got here on College Game Day with Hick the Stick. If you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. Have a great college football Saturday.